reviews. It is important to analyze all the updates. It is important to analyze the rating of the game, because we remember that rating is extremely important. The next point when we work with App Store optimization is trans and visual optimization. They are extremely important, and there is just the example. When we analyze the translation apps, it is the simplest category on Google Play and on App Store, and we see the common trend that actually almost all the translation apps use blue as a main color in icon, and that's already the trend, and the same we do for other categories. The next mistake is not working with keywords, not working with keyword research, because from our experience, it is possible to say that the full keyword research for any application, for any game, may consist of at least 200 different search requests. And it happens often that actually app developers, app marketers just get 40, 50 main keywords, and that's all, and they think that it is enough just to add them to description, to title, and everything will be indexed, the application will be visible. But that's not so, and it is extremely important to work with store suggestions, both when you gather the keywords for App Store optimization and when you proceed with keyword promotion. Because when you go to Google Play, when you go to App Store and type any kind of search request, you see these suggestions. And these suggestions may be long, they may be not so popular as the main keyword you type, but anyway, users, organic users who really go to the store and look for any game, they use these suggestions because they may be more precise, they may describe more functionality of the game they are looking for. The next is paying attention to long-tailed keywords. Like in general, all the keywords, all the search requests are divided into two groups. They may be of long tail and of short tail. And in most cases, short-tailed keywords more popular because we understand that it is either to put just one word in the search bar and to find any application. But anyway, working with long-tailed keywords, when you work with App Store optimization, with promotion, may have some advantages. First of all, they are more precise. They just describe the application, and you do not apply so many efforts to promote the application for such keywords. So you just can set like few installs, and it will be enough to occupy top positions for such keywords. And when the game will have like top positions for the set of long-tailed keywords, actually this can bring organic traffic the same way as one popular keyword does. Also, the next about the keywords, they are extremely important in App Store optimization. And actually, when we are talking about text optimization, everything is based on the keywords, because our main aim is to index the application and to get into the search. And it is needed to work with the numbers the keywords have. So the first number is rank. So actually, it is app position for the keyword. We know that on Google Play and App Store, there are 250 applications or games for any search request. Of course, in some cases, this list may be like shorter, but in most cases, there are 250 apps. And different apps occupy different positions for this search request. So your application may occupy top 100, and like your competitor may occupy top 1. And this already influences the way the game gets organic traffic. So the higher the game is for the search request, the more organic traffic it may get. The next is keyword popularity. Unfortunately, when we are talking about these stores, like Google Play doesn't provide any information about the keyword popularity, while App Store gives some information based on Apple search ads. But anyway, when you work with keyword research, when you work with App Store optimization, it is needed to pay attention to the popularity. First of all, you will understand which keywords to use, which keywords to focus on, and how to add them them to the different fields on Google Play or App Store, because we know, for example, that the most popular keywords for which you would like to get the installs, for which you would like to get organic traffic, should be added to the title, because it is the field which is indexed first of all. But anyway, like if you would like to check the popularity with App Store, it is easier, because this store provides the numbers, and when we work with Google Play, it is needed to rely on analytic platforms. And the next is keyword search traffic, which can help us to understand how many people daily put the keyword to the search. Unfortunately, like there are no official numbers from the store, but anyway, it is possible to use analytical tools to get which keywords may be profitable for you and which ones should be added to the text metadata first of all. Like at Keyapp, we do this, like we show rank, we show popularity, we show traffic, just to help to understand how to proceed with optimization and with promotion, because we understand that there is no sense for us, for example, to be in top of the search for some irrelevant keywords for our game. The next is about the localization. First of all, when we work with localization in App Store optimization, it is needed to remember that it is not a blind translation. So we cannot just take the text we created in English or in your native language and just use Google Translate to create the text in Japanese. It doesn't work so, and first of all, it is needed to gather the keywords like separately for each country you work with. Of course, we understand that we do not speak Japanese, we do not speak any other languages, but anyway, there are some tools which can help us to get the keywords, and at least we can check the popularity of the keyword and get if the keyword is relevant. For the relevance check, you may proceed like in a simple way. You may just go to Google Play or App Store and just put the keyword to the search. And if you see your competitors or if you see some similar games, it means that the keyword is relevant for your game as well. Of course, we do not do the translation of the text. We write text, even if it is Japanese. Of course, we use like the translation because we do not understand these languages. But anyway, the keywords added to the text metadata when we work with such languages should be estimated with the help of tools. And of course, it is needed to localize the application inside, and it is needed to analyze the graphic assets. That's about the keyword cloud localization. You may see that for these keywords, you may get the popularity as well. And actually, this score, which you see on this slide, will help you to decide if the keyword like words to be adding to some text metadata. That's about text optimization localization. So we remember that we translate title, we translate description, we translate short description. And of course, when we work with App Store, we do the same, like we put the keywords in the language you work with in the keyword field as well on App Store. And about some visual assets localizations for users, it is extremely important to see that the application was created exactly for them. Like on this example, we may see that for the United States, one kind of screenshots is used, and for the Japan, the characters on the screenshots are already different. So it is needed to show the user that actually the application is created for them and it should appeal to them. And about the iterations. So when we are talking about the iterations, actually, these are all the updates of text metadata, of visual metadata you do with your application. So that's, for example, the changes in app title, that's changes in app description. So it is needed to remember that App Store optimization is iterative process. We cannot just create the text once, add them to Google Play or App Store, and just forget about this. That doesn't work like this. We need to proceed with testings. We need to find out which keywords work better for our applications and which ones may like get may bring some organic traffic. So when we are talking about Google Play, about some updates, about iterations, it is needed to remember that it is recommended to proceed with them every 4-8 weeks, and with App Store you may do some changes every 4 weeks. And actually the answer is the difference in the work of the algorithm of Google Play and of App Store. Like App Store algorithm works faster and proceeds with all the changes and results of these changes faster. And of course, about Google Play and App Store, as I have already mentioned, they are different. They are extremely different, especially when we work with some optimization and when we work with text optimization. So as you may see, the only common thing is that both for Google Play and for App Store, the title is the most important field where the most important keywords should be added. So it is needed to add the keywords with the highest score, the keywords which are the most relevant for your application exactly to the title. Then when we are talking about the subtitle, there is no such field on Google Play, but there is this field on App Store. Subtitle is this text which you see under the title of the application. So actually this is the second most important field on App Store, and the keywords which were not added to the title should be added to subtitle. For App Store, we also need to remember that actually there is no sense in the repetition of the keywords in different fields. I mean the repetition of the same keywords. So if you have already added the keyword puzzle to the title, there is no need to add this keyword to the subtitle, because actually it doesn't increase the chances for indexation, and you will just waste some space for some additional keywords. Then about short description, it is absent on App Store. On App Store it is actually replaced by subtitle, and when we work with Google Play, there is short description. On Google Play it is the second most important field, but the difference is that working with Google Play, you can repeat the keywords. So you can add the same keyword to the title, you can add this keyword to short description, and then you can add the same keyword to long description, and actually these repetitions will increase the chances for indexation. Some difference as well about the keyword field. It exists only on App Store, and it is not visible for organic users. Like it is visible only to you, as app developer. You can check this field in App Store Connect, and it is the third, the most important field on App Store where we can add the keywords. Some common things about developer name, that developer name is indexed both in Google Play and App Store. And then there are already a lot of differences. In app purchases, they actually indexed for App Store, and all are the features indexed for Google Play. If we talk about full description on Google Play, it is extremely important because actually it consists of 4,000 characters, and we can add a lot of keywords there which are relevant for our application. But remember that we cannot overspam with keywords, because actually it won't increase the chances for indexation. So if you add the same keyword like 20 times in a full description, it won't help you to get into the index faster. And even in Google guidelines, it is written that it is forbidden to spam with the keywords and create descriptions when you just add keywords separated by comma. And the next point is working with ranks after you already proceeded with App Store optimization. So we usually say that App Store optimization is the first step when we are talking about mobile games and mobile apps marketing. So there is no sense proceed with any user attraction, paid user acquisition, if the icon or screenshots are not optimized and actually have no chances to attract some users and to attract some attention from the users. And after App Store optimization is already done, we are ready to proceed with additional additional tools just to attract higher number of users. And one of these tools is keyword promotion. So that is the process when you increase the positions of your application with the help of keyword-targeted installs. So the application is downloaded, the algorithm understands that the application is popular for the particular keyword, and position is increased. So in such a way, you can expand the number of organic users your mobile game gets from the search traffic. And remember that search traffic actually is a considerable part of organic traffic for different game categories. I'm sorry? Yeah, that is relevant both for Google Play and both for App Store. So this promotion is for both platforms. And when you just proceed with changes in ranks, store proceeds with changes in ranks. So in such a way, the application is becoming more and more popular, and it is, first of all, becoming more and more visible to organic users. And about some steps to proceed before keyword promotion, we remember that the main step is App Store optimization. So we need to create text, we need to create visuals, because without App Store optimization, the conversion rate from view to install won't be high. At the same time, it is extremely important to work with app reputation, to work with app reviews, and with app rating. It is needed to remember that, for example, on Google Play, there is special filter, not to show apps with the rating of lower than 4.0. So in such a way, we understand if the application has rating lower than 4.0, actually it has lower chances to attract some organic users. The same with reviews. We need to work with reviews both on Google Play and App Store. And in the same way, they influence the success of App Store optimization. So when we are talking about Google Play and about the reviews, it is needed to mention that actually all the keywords mentioned in reviews may be indexed. So let's imagine that you would like to index your application for the keyword drifting. You have added this keyword to text metadata, but working with Google is challenging and the application is not indexed. So one additional step to do is to add the keyword to the reviews and to write the reviews with the particular search request, because Google Play scans not only the text metadata like title, short, long description you create, but actually Google Play scans the whole page and the reviews as well. The same with rating. So when we work with Google Play, we understand that actually, but both Google Play and App Store, they won't allow the application with low rating to occupy top 1. So it is like a complex of different actions it is needed to proceed with just to occupy top positions for the search request. Of course, when we work with keyword promotion, it is needed to pay attention to game metrics, to conversion rates, to daily, monthly active users, to some in-app activity, because it is extremely important for Google, for App Store, not this way, because algorithm of App Store works the way when we just proceed with keyword promotion, with optimization, and in such a way we can occupy top positions. But when we work with Google Play, everything is important. Any changes may just ruin your ranks, the ranks the app gets, and if Google sees some changes in in-app activity, in some conversion rates, you may notice that the positions the application had for the keywords just go down and no top positions are occupied. And of course, it is needed to check all the possible crossers, because it's extremely important for Google Play as well. Of course, we understand that it influences the user satisfaction, the user loyalty, the rating and reviews the game gets. But it is extremely important for algorithm as well when we are talking about the indexation process. So extremely important for Google, for App Store as well, but their algorithm is not so strict, and actually it is easier to work with App Store optimization, I mean text App Store optimization with App Store than with Google Play. How to choose the keywords for promotion, for keyword promotion, but actually it is relevant for the App Store optimization as well. And the first point we should remember is that we can promote our application by the keywords only if the application is indexed for these keywords. So we have already talked that the search list on Google Play and App Store consists of 250 keywords, and if you would like to increase the positions of your app for any given search request, your application should be in the list for this search request. At the same time, here we talk about the relevance, and it is extremely important both for App Store optimization and keyword promotion, because we understand that search traffic is valuable traffic because users know that what they would like to download. And if you are trying to promote your application, your game for irrelevant keywords, this won't bring any profit, because let's imagine that you have a car simulator, but you see that actually the keyword plane simulator is more popular, and you think that actually the games are similar a little bit and they are both simulators, and you can proceed with the promotion for the keyword plane simulator. Actually, it won't bring any effect, because when people type car simulator, they would like to download car simulator and not any other type of the game. And of course, we need to remember that in App Store optimization and keyword promotion, we work with the keywords of different difficulty, first of all, and of course with the keywords of different length. So when we are talking about the difficulty, we understand that working with some extremely popular keywords, with some extremely traffic keywords is really challenging because the competitiveness is high. We understand that for the keyword drifting, all the available apps on Google Play would like to occupy top 1. That's why when we work with promotion, with optimization, it is needed to focus the attention on some less popular keywords as well. Of course, they are not so traffic, and they won't bring thousands of downloads, of organic downloads from the search. But anyway, there are more chances for the game to be indexed for these keywords and to get into some top position. So especially when the game is new, there is no need to proceed with the promotion for some high traffic keywords, because we understand that for us it is extremely important, first of all, to get some downloads, some in-app activities, so to show Google Play that the application is popular, is used, and may be increased in the rank. So just focus the attention not only on some traffic, popular keywords, but on the keywords of lower popularity as well. And remember about the keywords, long-tailed keywords, which consist of 3, 4, sometimes even 5 words if we are talking about some suggestions. And at this stage, we shortly discuss the promotion strategies with keyword installs and Google Play and App Store. And using this table, you may see the difference. We have talked about the difference in App Store optimization. We talked about the difference in indexation process as well in the work of algorithm. And now we see the same differences between Google Play and App Store when we are talking about the keyword promotion. So it is needed to mention that for Google Play, it is cool to promote the keywords in groups. The more keywords are promoted simultaneously, the more keywords get the downloads simultaneously, the more faster the game will increase the ranks, and the more faster new and new keywords will be generated into the index. Like the difference for App Store, we can just take one keyword, just add the keyword installs for it, and get the increase the next day. And that's already about the length of campaign. Like Google Play algorithm works really long. If you worked with Google Play, if you just created some text, some short, long description, you may notice that sometimes even 2, 3, 4 weeks are not enough for the application to get into the index for the keywords. While when we work with App Store, this process is really fast. Like we add the text, we add them to the store, and already the next day we get the indexation. And actually, this process is called boost from App Store, and it is an important moment when you can catch some indexed keywords and actually start the promotion to increase the ranks. About the results, so we understand that for some period of time, we add the installs for the particular keywords on Google Play or App Store. The application gets the index, algorithm understands this, and increases the positions to the particular rank depending on the number of installs you order, depending on the popularity of application among some active users, as well as depending on the quality of application. And after we added the installs, we expect some result. When we work with keyword promotion, the main result we may get is the increase into the rank, so increase in positions. And with Google Play, this process is really long, and the same as with indexation process, we may wait for minimum 3-4 days, and sometimes it is even like 7-10 days. So we just add installs, the campaign is finished, and of course we would like to get the increase in positions the next day and just see that our application is already in top for the search request. But with Google Play, it will be needed to wait. When we work with App Store, the process is faster in everything, in indexation, in optimization, and in the results of keyword promotion as well. Like today, you may add keyword installs, and tomorrow your application will occupy top 1 because App Store processes all these changes really fast. And about some importance of metrics, we have already mentioned that for Google Play, they are extremely important, and Google Play won't allow the application to occupy top position if there are some problems. For App Store, it is important as well, but not so, and actually we can work only with keyword installs with some rating and reviews and occupy top positions. And about some examples, what I was talking about all this time and what this promotion is. So here with the example for Google Play, just some details. The search request we worked with is foreign games. The country is the United States. Actually, United States is the most competitive and the most difficult region for promotion. We understand that everyone would like to get the traffic from the United States. And some details we have started with the rank 39th, so the application was on the 39th place. And we proceeded with the typical strategy for Android. It is 5 days minimum. It is everyday increase in the number of keyword installs your application gets daily. And as a result, we see the increase. And you may see that actually there are some decreases during this time. And it is the normal behavior for Google Play, even if you do not proceed with any type of promotion. Like the ranks may be changed too often. They may be different. Like every few days, today your application is in top, and tomorrow the application is already in top 20, and it is a kind of normal behavior for Google Play. And as the result, the keyword installs bring top 1, and the application is the most visible game for this keyword now. The next example is for Google Play as well. It is Great Britain. The keyword is car simulator, and it is Android. So we proceeded with the long campaign. Remember that Google Play proceeds with all the changes during long period of time. It needs some periods just to update the ranks, just to show some changes, and just to update the position. And in this case, we proceeded with long campaign, so just to show this stable number of installs for the keyword, and just to make sure that there will be the increase. So we started with the rank 35 and finished with top 3 as the result. The next example is for App Store, and we see the difference as well. You may see there that actually the keyword installs for the keyword to match 3 games were added during 1 day only. So in this example, you may see the length of campaign for Google Play. And that's the length of campaign for App Store, so that's already the difference. And already in 2 days, we get the increase from top 10 to top 2. So the application increases really fast, and it is Great Britain. And Great Britain actually is a kind of competitive region as well. Yeah? Yeah, sure. It is installs which are added to your application for the particular... Sorry? Yeah, yeah. It is this kind of promotion. Yeah, we provide this kind of keywords promotion. So these are keyword-targeted installs. Like you may buy some installs from Google Ads, and you may buy keyword installs just to promote the application. But different types of traffic. The next example is the United States as well, and there is some differences, like the campaign for App Store is long. We added the installs for a long period of time, but anyway, the increase is observed really fast. Just sum up all the speech we had and all the facts we mentioned. So what to do to make App Store optimization work for your application? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Please take a phone because we are online, and when we
hello, I'm Eugene
It's nice to meet you.
From GoKids, the product owner. The question is about the keywords guided installs optimization, and about how many installs are we talking about?
Yeah.
every day.
I got it. Actually, that's the typical question, and I didn't add this information to the slides because there is a lot of information about the number of installs you need to use to get the increase. But there are some factors which influence the decision of the volumes. For example, when we are talking about some low positions, like if your game occupies 150th place, we understand that at this position, the application cannot get 1,000 keyword installs daily because no one scrolls till this place. And we cannot just proceed with the promotion with 1,000 installs because it's not natural. And yeah, you have to behave natural, just not to attract any attention from the store. So we need to proceed step by step. And in such a way, the lower the position is, the less installs we use, not vice versa. And with high ranks, for example, if the game is in top 3 and you would like to get top 1, we need high volumes because the competitiveness is already higher. But there are differences between Google Play and App Store as well. Like with Google Play, we use lower number of installs. If the positions are really low, we may use 10, 15 installs, and it will be enough to get at least to top 20, because our first task is to get to top 20, and then already we will be able to use higher volumes. But when we are talking about App Store, the volumes we use are higher. usually higher. Like the algorithm is easier because we do not to proceed with long campaigns. We do not like need to wait for days for the result. But anyway, the volume we use with App Store is higher. So for example, if on the 100 position on Google Play we use 15 installs, on App Store it may be already 40, 50 installs, depending on the popularity, because we pay attention to the popularity as well, because we understand the more popular the keyword is, the more installs we need to boost the position higher. Yeah, you're welcome. And just to sum up about all the speech. So some ASO tips to proceed with, so to make sure that ASO will work for your app success. First of all, we are talking about a strategy, about planning. We need to plan all the changes we are going to implement. We are talking about some keyword cloud gathering in general. I will repeat that keyword cloud gathering is one of the most important steps when you get the keywords, when you check the popularity of the keywords, and when you decide which keywords should be added. At the same time, we do not forget about the localization. That localization is not just a kind of translation. And of course, we do not forget about that App Store optimization is iterative process, and we need to proceed with updates, we need to proceed with tests, we need to proceed with A/B tests, for example, for icons, screenshots, and sometimes even for text metadata. And of course, we do not forget about some additional tools which can help us to get some higher ranks and make the application more visible. That's all. For some additional questions.
Thank you very much. So let's go to Q&A. Okay, thanks. By the way, asking a question, you can use English чи українською, як подобається. Так.
Hi.
Hello.
My question is, how reviews affect on Apple Store optimization?
Reviews on Google Play, they affect a lot, because we remember that the keywords added to App Store, like to reviews, I'm sorry, may be indexed. In general, app rating, so both reviews and rating are called app reputation together. And in general, app reputation is extremely important. Like Google Play won't put the application with the rating 2.0 to the first place. Like App Store can do this sometimes. It is possible, and if you add like huge volumes of keyword installs, they pay more attention to the volume the application gets for the keyword. But on Google Play, it is a synergy, it is a complex of all these actions. So actually working with app reputation, like it is a complex thing, and it is a kind of separate thing, and it is needed to pay a lot of attention to this and reply all the reviews the game gets, both positive and especially negative reviews, because like everyone thinks that no one reads the reviews, but I suppose everyone here read the reviews of the games or apps we are going to download. But when we are talking about some experience with app developers, they think that no one reads the reviews. But that's not so. Almost 70% of users read the reviews. So they influence the App Store optimization a lot. They influence the way, they influence the success of App Store optimization, I would like to say so.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question.
Okay, next.
Thank you for the fascinating speech. My question is pretty simple. How is keyboard optimization trafficking is more effective than the affiliate marketing, for example, or traffic in this way? And is this more effective than the affiliate?
Actually, when we are talking about organic traffic, but keyword traffic is organic traffic. And when we are talking about paid traffic, these are two different groups of traffic. Like organic traffic is important for us, keyword traffic as well, because these are users who discover the application by themselves, and like you do not pay for these users, and they just, if they really like the game, they will create huge in-app activity, they will create reviews, they will create rating, and if they are satisfied, actually they will create in-app purchases as well. So for these installs, we do not pay. We only proceed with optimization. And I cannot say that it is not important to attract some paid traffic as well, because we understand that it is important and it is needed for a lot of apps. But at the same time, we should pay attention to organic traffic as well, because from our experience, it is possible to say that in most cases, developers, marketers are focused on some paid traffic acquisition when we are talking about the games, and the attention to App Store optimization is not paid so as to paid traffic. I think that both types of traffic should be attracted, both organic and paid as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your question.
Okay, thank you. Question about one of the slides where you compared the different app stores, and I saw that in,
I suppose about optimization.
Yeah, I don't see the description for App Store. But why?
Description on App Store is not indexed in any way. Like on App Store, we use description, full description, only to describe the application and provide the features of the application and advantages of application.
So there is no need to use keywords?
No need to use keywords in full description. That works only for Google Play. That's why for App Store, we do not have so many chances to add the keywords. Like we have title, subtitle, and we have keyword field. These are the most important 3 fields which we can use for keywords adding. Of course, we have in-app purchases. They are indexed as well, but
can you give a few words about how in-app purchases are indexed?
Titles, all the tags added, indexed as well.
So you mean they are shown at the bottom of the app page as something you can purchase, and this is indexed as well?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, on App Store.
Thank you.
Yeah. You are welcome. Thank you for your question.
Next. Oops. Oh, may I ask a question? How can I define that I should make a repeated optimization?
First of all, the first indicator is that you see that the application is not indexed for the keywords within long period of time. For Google Play, this long period of time is approximately 4 weeks. So within 4 weeks after you proceeded with text optimization, at least some long-tailed, not popular keywords should appear into the indexed. For App Store, this period may be 1 to 2 weeks. 2 weeks is already a lot. But anyway, if we see that the application doesn't start to be indexed for the keywords, it is time to change something, to evaluate the keywords again, to check the popularity, and to check the way we added the keywords. Like on this slide, to check if the most important keywords are added to the title, for example, which is the most important. So that's the main indicator.
Yes, I got it. Thanks.
Hi, and
please introduce yourself.
Hello. I'm game owner from Murka, and I would like to ask about the text stability metrics such as ANR level and crash levels and the amount in your application. How they're influencing the process of optimization, and are they connected to this process?
They influence they influence the success of optimization, I would tell. Google Play follows all these things. And Google Play is extremely strict when we are talking about the search list and about the possibility to get into this search list. So the smallest problems with the game may lead to the situation when the keywords are not indexed. And it should be fixed, and then we already proceed with some text optimization update and just make the algorithm to work from the beginning. So that the way just their algorithm is working. That's what we see in everyday work. We see that there are no chances for the application with some low metrics, etc., to be in top 1 for the keyword, especially when we are talking about some popular keywords. And if we are talking about App Store, this is important as well. But at least it is possible to use high volumes of keyword installs and to get to top 1 even if the app has some problems. But Google Play follows, and actually that's the way their algorithm worked from the beginning. Like, they always worked like this. They paid a lot of attention to all the crashes, to metrics, to app reviews, to app rating. Like, that was so always. So that's just the way they work.
Thank you for the
answer.
And another one question,
Yeah.
a small one. Is it possible to find some strict benchmarks about those numbers that we need to reach to be high in the search ranking, for example?
No, because Google Play and App Store doesn't provide the information about the traffic by the keyword. Like, there is no such information. And that's the difficulty, I suppose, of App Store optimization. And I suppose that's why not all the developers proceed with App Store optimization, because we cannot know in advance how many organic installs particular keyword will bring. Like, that's all about the testing. We need to test different keywords, we need to test different countries if the game is available in the whole world, for example. So unfortunately, I suppose if we have some numbers from Google Play or App Store, like, our life would be easier in this kind of promotion. But unfortunately, no, it is about the testing of different keywords.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Ksenia, here.
Hello. Thank you for your presentation. My question is, how do you recognize for different countries, different cultures, which keywords are the most essential for your game? Because different cultures, they focus on different.
Yeah, first of all, they may type the keywords like differently and not the way the Google Play Google Translate provide. I'm sorry. First of all, we test the relevance. So, for example, if we talk about Japanese, we do not speak Japanese. We translate, for example, the keyword with Google Translate, with ChatGPT, no matter. And we just test the relevance. So if the game has competitors, we need to analyze, first of all, which keywords competitors use. That helps a lot, if to be honest. And we also need to test search list. Like, each keyword we add usually manually to Google Play in web version, for example, or to any analytical service which shows like the whole search list for the keyword. And we just check the competitors and we check what these applications are about. Because, yeah, that's difficult, and that's difficult to get the keywords in the language you do not know. But we test the relevance, and we also proceed with the popularity. For example, when you work with App Store, we have the official numbers of the popularity provided by App Store. So it makes our work easier, because we understand that actually App Store says how many people look for the particular keyword, and based on this, they show the popularity. So that's why it is important to work with some services. So you do not need to create Apple Search Ads account to check the popularity. There are a lot of side tools to help with this, but we work with relevance and with the popularity, because if we are talking about the keyword research of 300 keywords, there is no way to make sure that users look for the keywords exactly this way.
So
thank you.
We have a lot of time. Anybody? No. So let's thank to Olena.
Thank you so much.